A swirling form of colorful energy splits the inky blackness of space. A lone ship exits the portal, visible damage all along its hull.
Terran Command, this is Red Kaiser. I have just exited the anomaly into what appears to be the upper atmosphere of an unidentified planet. My ship has suffered extensive damage. I'll have to crash land and hope the ship can be repaired. Red Kaiser, over and out.
The ship begins to burn up in the atmosphere of the alien planet, its emergency landing protocols working overtime to mitigate the damage of the inevitable crash. The pilot surveys the area around the wreckage of his ship, the thick jungle canopy marred only by the fiery entry onto the planet's surface.
Terran Command, this is Red Kaiser. I have established a distress beacon as well as a base camp near the wreckage approximately 5 hours after crash landing. The air is non-toxic, allowing me to forego the use of my spacesuit. Regretfully, the ship is beyond my capabilities to repair. I was able to salvage a week's worth of rations before the flames consumed them all, along with a rifle and 3 boxes of ammunition. The situation is not ideal, however I was born and trained for this. I will not fail. This will be my last transmission until a response is sent. Red Kaiser, over and out.
Alien life buzzes and caws around him, but he remains focused on the task at hand. His name is Alaric the Red Kaiser, a genetically engineered super warrior. As night falls, Alaric sets up camp, as well as getting a fire started. As he begrudgingly eats one of his few rations, he pulls a recording device from his pocket.
During my training, I was informed that should I ever be marooned while on a mission, keeping these audio logs would help boost my morale. While I don't feel despair currently, I reason this will be a good way to pass the time. It has been 2 days since the rough landing. The flora and fauna that I have seen have been beautiful beyond words. The forest is a wash of tropical colors, reminiscent of the rainforests on Terra before they were drained of resources. I have not yet come across any creature with any semblance of sentience. However, I get the distinct feeling of being watched throughout the day. I will keep the fire going tonight and move camp in the morning.
As he puts away the device, an uneasy feeling begins to settle in the back of the pilot's mind before he falls into a light sleep. Alaric begins to methodically pack up his supplies in preparation to explore the nearby area. The sound of a tree limb snapping is all it takes for the rifle to be raised.
Show yourself, or I will open fire!
A horrific sound enters his ears. Alaric steadies his breathing, and the jungle goes deathly quiet. The beast that charged from the tree line seemingly shrugged off 2 volleys of rifle fire. He rolls out of the way and unsheathes a hunting knife.
Reptilian, scaled hide, bullets ineffective. A soft underbelly may be my only chance. I have to get under it.
Monster and man charge each other. And before they can clash, Alaric slides underneath it, plunging his blade into its soft underbelly. Pushing up with his superhuman strength, he forces the creature to fall to its back, before delivering more vicious stabs, opening a bloody canyon upon the reptile's emerald scales. As he stands triumphant atop the monster's corpse, the adrenaline leaving his body, something unexpected happens.
A dart? My motor functions are slowing down. A paralytic? I can't move.
Several beings enter his line of sight, and if it were not for the poison, his eyes would have surely widened.
The creature you slew just so happened to be our quarry. So, Poacher, you have come to Zyprex to steal our resources, How unfortunate for you to run into my hunting party. Search his camp and knock him out. We shall take him before the king.
At once, Your Highness.
Humanoid aliens, with purple skin and long pointed ears, wearing black armor and threatening him with unfamiliar weapons. Yet despite all this, the most surprising thing was that he could understand them.
Purple elves that speak English?
Alaric awakens to the gentle hum of his floating prison.
Open the gates!
A towering city lay before them, its structures blending primitive and science fiction to a dizzying degree.
My lady, I've never seen this species of outsider before. Do you know what it is?
I must admit I do not. It is a big galaxy after all. Perhaps my father will know what this outsider is, and how best to deal with it.
Of course, Princess.
Leading the entourage was a female huntress. She seemed less armored, but adorned herself in the pelts and skins of many creatures. As they enter the city, what was once a buzzing market becomes still, as the citizens stare at this new creature in awe.
A sentient race other than humans. This would be exciting if I wasn't the prisoner. Purple skin, long pointed ears, advanced technology, with a seemingly medieval society structure. No signs of humans at all, yet they speak perfect English. That shouldn't be possible. Though this will give me a chance in negotiations.
Alaric was placed in chains and marched into the castle, where they were met with trumpets and shouts of titles.
Princess Nezarine Nandada, daughter of King Kolvar Nandada, Moon of Zyprex, slayer of assassins, the Grand Huntress has returned!
Sitting upon the throne was the largest Zyprexian yet. His muscled form was heavily armored, a white beard reached the middle of his chest, and despite his warlord appearance, he welcomed his daughter home with a prideful smile. Standing next to him was Nezarine's brother. From his robed appearance, he seems to prefer more diplomatic solutions compared to the rest of his family.
Welcome back, dear sister.
Daughter, how was your hunt? Successful, I hope?
Brother, father. On the contrary, my prey was killed by another, a suspected poacher and outsider trespassing on our planet.
Unfortunate, my dear. I hope you dealt with this interloper in accordance with our laws.
I have not, father. I brought it here. It's like nothing I have ever seen. Its ship was destroyed, and we went through the outsider's camp. Though we have yet to discern its reason for being here, I was hoping you could shed some light on this being.
Very well. Bring forth this alien. Ha! It has pink skin. How unusual. Tell me, alien, what are you called?
I am but a humble Terran, on an expeditionary mission to find planets for my species. I did not mean to trespass onto your planet. My ship was damaged after leaving a wormhole, and it was the only one nearby. I humbly apologize for any offense I may have given.
Terran. I have been across the entire galaxy, and I have never heard of such a species.
And yet you all speak fluent English, my native tongue.
We are speaking Galactic Basic. Do not insult me with lies.
What? That's not possible. You truly have not encountered any humans?
As the word humans left his lips, Alaric knew he had made a grave mistake. Silence swept through the throne room, and Kolvar's face twisted in anger.
What did you say? Humans? You are a human?
Yes, you recognize the name.
What else are you called? What titles? Answer me quickly or I'll have your head.
My call sign for the mission was Red Kaiser.
It can't be. The Kaiser?
Finally, he has arrived.
Guards, take him away! I want him in the dungeon, in the deepest, blackest pit. I want him starved and beaten. He shall be fighting in the arena by daybreak.
The king flew into a rage as his guards mercilessly beat Alaric before dragging him out of the room.
You have come here to die, Kaiser!
Father, what about the prophecy? You know what he is destined for.
I have built an empire for the past 3,000 years, countless battles won, kingdoms toppled or absorbed. None of the rival empires can challenge our borders because my rule is absolute. I will not risk that for some fantastical drivel. This prophecy you speak of is nothing more than an old wives' tale.
Then why are you afraid? Release him if he is of no threat to you and your rule.
Enough! I will hear no more of this from either of you. Nazar, you have the court for the rest of the day. I shall retire to my chambers, and I am not to be disturbed. Is that understood?
Yes, my king.
Of course, Father.
You know this is wrong, brother! This is what we have been waiting for, what the galaxy has been waiting for. A chance for intergalactic peace is sitting in our dungeon!
I know! I know. But we cannot do anything just yet. Give me some time. I will try to rally supporters in the court. Meanwhile, you must keep the Kaiser alive. Father will do his worst in order to subvert fate.
I hope that he will see reason. I do not wish to oppose him, politically or otherwise, but the galaxy has been at war for far too long. We finally have a chance to put a stop to it, for good.
The siblings end their treasonous conversation, dark thoughts dwelling on the days to come. The king's chambers are a mess of broken glass and destroyed furniture. He sits at a table, his crown in his hands.
So, these old crones were right. It matters not. I have the Kaiser of legend in my dungeon, where he will find peace for my amusement for the rest of his miserable life. So ends the legend of the Red Kaiser, the galactic unifier, the last king.
Next time on Red Kaiser, Alaric makes a name for himself in the arena, while the royal siblings work in the shadows to free him. All the while questions burn in his mind. Prophecy, extinction, war, and love.